There are 3 types of spousal support or alimony that you need to know about. The first one is alimony pendente lite. Pendente lite means pending litigation. It means pending the outcome of the case. It is temporary support paid from one spouse to another until the case reaches its resolution. The second one is rehabilitative alimony. Rehabilitative alimony is alimony paid for a specific period of time to help the person receiving the alimony get back out into the workforce, back on their feet, and self-supporting. Maybe they need it so that they can go back to school or back to training or even just work their way back up to a full-time job. Last is permanent alimony. Permanent alimony is for the rest of their life or until they get remarried, depending on the court, or until there's a major change in circumstances by which the court needs to either reduce or increase alimony, or potentially even terminate it. So those are the 3 kinds you have to think about. Pendente lite, pending the end of the case. Rehabilitative, which by the way is the more popular type of alimony right now, which is for a period of time. And then permanent alimony, which goes on indefinitely. Well, at least until the court makes a different decision. There are a lot of different factors that affect alimony or spousal support. The biggest ones are needs and ability to pay. If you have great needs, but your spouse doesn't have a great ability to pay, alimony is not going to be so likely. By the same token, if you're pretty self-sufficient and you don't have a lot of need, then you're going to have a harder time in an alimony case. But these aren't the only factors that a court considers. A court will also consider the reason for the breakdown of the marriage, if there was any marital fault. The court will also consider any extraordinary circumstances. By that, did somebody dissipate some income, or is somebody disabled, or is there anything else going on in the marriage that would create an exception to the general rules? The court's also going to look at the age of both parties, the retirement plans of both parties, the earning capacity of both parties, the education of both parties, how long either party has been out of the workforce or in the workforce. And taking all these factors into account, the court's then going to look at whether or not the parties have a disparate, meaning how different are their standards of living post-divorce. I do want to caution you, even if you and your soon-to-be ex-spouse are going to have very different standards of living post-divorce, that doesn't necessarily mean a court's going to award you alimony or spousal support, especially if you have a short-term marriage. So a lot goes into it. In this area, we don't have an alimony calculator like we have a child support guidelines calculator. It depends. And sometimes alimony and spousal support can be the wild, wild west. All right, so you have an award of alimony or child support. Can it ever be modified? I got to give you the lawyer answer. The lawyer answer is it depends. If you resolved your case outside of the court system and you entered into a marital settlement agreement and were represented by counsel, in all likelihood, some things were put in there about what happens to alimony in the future. Perhaps you agreed to something called non-modifiable alimony. In that case, there's going to be no modification. Perhaps you agreed to modifiable alimony. In that case, there could be modification, and you might have even put in your agreement what conditions, such as remarriage of one spouse or another, or an income level drop or increase of one spouse or another, that would trigger a modification. So if you settled your case, look to your document as the controlling wisdom for whether or not your alimony or spousal support can be modified. If, however, a court ordered alimony, it's always modifiable. Always. Anytime there is a significant change in circumstances. This could mean the retirement of the payor. It could mean the disability of the payor or even the payee. It could be the remarriage of either party. It could be additional dependents of either party. It could be a variety of things. So if you went to court and that's how you got your alimony, it's always modifiable. If the court ordered rehabilitative alimony or you agreed to rehabilitative alimony, the end is in sight. You know when you get to stop paying alimony or when your alimony is going to stop coming. It is that date by which you agreed and it's in your order, or which the court ordered and it's in your order. Typically, this will look like this. Alimony is awarded from husband to wife in the amount of $1,500 a month for a period of 10 years. You know your alimony is ending in 10 years, unless it's modified for some reason. If you're seeking alimony or spousal support, or you have a spouse that is seeking it from you, you want to be with counsel who really understands all the rules and case law surrounding an award of spousal support. After all, Your funds in and out are a big part of your new beginning. And at Z Family Law, we don't write endings, we create new beginnings. And we want to help you create yours. Whether you're going to be paying alimony for a period of time or you need an award of alimony to help you get back on your feet, we're here to help you.